runners, it's Fun Fitness Friday. So today we're going to talk about the FITT principle. And but before I get started on these things, I just want to make a class announcement, a family announcement, an announcement about this online PE opportunity. Is you just take it as you take it. I have a saying that I really like that I actually put up in the gym that's do your best and forget the rest. So I'm just out here trying to do my best, and I feel like my best is to try to connect daily still with students. You know, maybe they didn't come to PE every day, but I still saw them around school and at lunch, and I get really excited actually at the responses that have been coming in and the shares that have been happening. This morning I woke up to one of our families sharing the kids doing a Just Dance video, and they shared it with, like, they were all working out together and competing, and it was super fun to watch. And they shared it with just me, and that is just fine. Maybe you're not able to reach out to me at all between now and the end of the school year. Maybe I won't see you until next school year and hear from you at all. That's okay. Like I said, I'm still going to try to reach out to you if you don't reach out to me first, but I'm hoping that you reach out or make your kids, once you sign them up, hopefully on Google Classroom and things like that, then they can do it as part of their online learning. And they're supposed to just reach out once a week. You, again, individually, as a family, you choose what fits best for you and share two things: share how you're doing and share how you're staying active. And I will respond. I'm trying to respond as quickly as possible. I'm hoping that before you know it, I'll have like all of you giving me responses once a week, and that'd be really exciting, I think, to end the school year this way. So what would we have been doing in school? So part of the reason I'm making these daily videos instead of just, I don't know, once a week or not at all, is because I want to connect and I still want to try to instruct. And I feel like these videos are a great opportunity to really maybe drive home some of the things that we try to talk about at school and how to be an active person and healthy for your life. So the FITT principle is something we would talk about this time of year, and a walking and jogging unit is something that we would do. So let's kind of try to do let's have the talk we would have at school then about the FITT principle. So the FITT principle, it stands for something. It's an acronym. An acronym is a big word for something like, let me give you an example. LOL means like laugh out loud, and PB&J stands for peanut butter and jelly, and FITT for the FITT principle stands for, and I wonder if you remember some of these things. So the F, I'm going to let you guys try to guess. The F stands for how often you exercise. And you're supposed to exercise all or most days of the week, so 5 to 7 days. So that F stands for frequency, or how frequently you work out. Okay. The I stands for how hard or difficult you work out. You're supposed to work out medium to difficult. And the way that you can kind of measure if you're working out medium to difficult, moderate to difficult, is if it's difficult to talk. So if it's difficult to talk, that's a good way to know. And that I word is intensity. Okay, I know I'm weird. Intensity. So intensity is the I part of how you're going to stay fit. So frequency, intensity, and then the T, there's two T's actually. T, one of the T's, maybe you're guessing it, stands for working out for like 30 to 60 minutes, and that would be time. So you should work out for 30 to 60 minutes. So yeah, 30 to 60 minutes. And then the other T is the like the variety of things that you do. We actually talked about the parts of fitness in a previous video, and the parts of fitness, there's 3 of them. Let's see if you can guess them. Um, there's F, and it stands for like lengthening your muscles, flexibility. And then there was an S one that had to deal with making your muscles strong. And that one had to deal with, or that one is strength. And then there was a C one that has to do with endurance and challenging your heart and like lasting a long time. That's what endurance means. And that is cardio. So the varied types and fitting the flexibility, strength, and cardio, and that last T is type. So all types of different things that you do to stay active, but within those types, like, are you making sure that you're getting the parts of fitness in? So the FIT principle to be a fit person: frequency, intensity, time, and type. And maybe as you're working out, you could kind of try to notice those things. And you could kind of check yourself. So we try to measure ourselves in a lot of ways. And I'm actually super curious right now what my step count has been like, what my activity level has been like, changed from being in school as PE teacher up on my feet all day to not. So the Fitbit Friday idea that I have is to, again, ask some questions about like what you have access to at home. And maybe you have access to a Fitbit. Maybe you have one of those things you wear on your wrist. I know that they maybe have other names. The like original name is called a pedometer. If you've heard of a pedometer before, we were actually going to do a pedometer unit all together, and we will next year when we get together. And the pedometers, you'll wear them in PE class. I have a class set, thankfully, that like PTSO helped to get. And I just recently took out all the old batteries. I'm not putting new batteries in yet, but I put one in this one so you could see. But this pedometer counts your steps. The word pedometer, actually, ped means foot in Latin, I believe, and meter is like measurements, right? So it's a foot measurement device, and your Fitbits are super cool because they've become even more advanced. I think that they measure other things. They'll even like buzz you when it's like time to get up and move again and stuff. I actually do not own one, but I'm going to start wearing a pedometer from school so that I can measure my step count. So I actually clicked mine in. And right now, I wonder how many steps I have right now. I'll take it off and show you. Oh, not very many because I just started this day and I've been sitting in this chair. I have 67 steps. So I'll do some sharing of where my step count's at, and I'm going to let you try to share if you have a Fitbit with me. Another way to share again, because some kids, like I said, are messaging me like every day, a couple times a day, and I'm loving it. So I just wanted you to see the inside of this pedometer and kind of where the like, how does it measure it? How does it do that? So it's an electrical like circuit board right there. I don't know too much about electronics, so bear with me. But I just put this new battery in, and see that little wiggling thing? That's what actually helps to measure. So it, while you take steps or shake it, strikes this little coil right here, and that little coil, and I see it right there. That little coil then sends like it's like a counting kind of thing, like a calculator. And I've actually been shaking it a little bit, and it then as it goes up and down, as you take your steps or run or whatever, it'll, it's not a perfect, accurate measurement, but then it'll tell you like how many steps you took. So, and there's a way to like reset it by pressing and holding the button. So if you have a Fitbit or a pedometer, I suggest during this time, I guess, again, since we have changed movements, for you to be checking in after maybe an activity that you did, just to get an idea of how many steps did that take me, or how many steps did I just like put out there. And do you know how many steps in a day you're supposed to get? They say, there was a study done, they say that kids are supposed to get between 10,000 to 12,000 steps. And again, if you didn't know how many steps you're getting because you're not wearing one, that's okay, because we talked about the other ways to know. Another way that we know if we're getting enough steps is our fuel up to play 60. Fuel up is about what we eat, and the play 60 is the getting 60 minutes of playing in a day. And that playing again should be like difficult to talk. Now, do you have to get all 60 minutes at once? No, you don't. But there should be varied intensity. There's lots of things that we've learned about our hearts as people that it's great to have a varied heart rate. So get out there and change your heart rate. And then I'm going to send a Google survey. And again, you can participate or not. And in that Google survey, and parents too, if you want to send me this information because you're wearing one, sweet. We could see how the family's doing. Maybe we'll see, like maybe you could do family throwdown if you're all wearing Fitbits to see who's got, who won that day. Or whatever. Try to make it fun and maybe do a workout today and send it to me. Anyway, so you could tell me all about your Fitbit. I'll probably do some check-ins and say, like I might send little messages. It's like, how many steps did you get if you have a Fitbit? So I'm actually going to send a Google survey today. And in it, I'm going to ask 2 questions. I'm going to ask, do you wear something that tracks your steps? That means, do you have a Fitbit or a pedometer? I wonder if you have one. I think that's more old school. And I'm also going to ask, how many steps did you get yesterday if you said yes? Because if you had one and you wore it yesterday, I'm curious because you didn't know I was going to ask you. I'm also kind of curious of like what you did. So then once you respond, I might like reach out to you and say, well, how did you get that many steps? Or anyways, so that's our Fun Friday Fitbit Fitness Challenge. And like I said, optional, just looking to connect, looking to reach out, looking to still kind of instruct and talk about those things coming up. And like I said, I'll try to not have these videos be too long unless it's like working out together or trying to like learn a skill together. So I try to not make kids sit to listen for more than 10 minutes. They say to really not sit for longer than 30 minutes. So I'm about ready to get up and do some things. Okay, so Monday, we're going to do Moving Monday. We're going to talk about our marvelous muscles on Monday. And actually on Monday, we're going to talk about our heart, and we're going to learn how to take our heart rate and check our pulse when we're working out. And that'll actually, like, once I kind of talk to you about it, if it's like, oh, I can't find where it is, then that'll be something that you're like, hey, I watched this video, Mom and Dad, Coach Brooke talked about finding your pulse. I'm struggling to find it. That's actually where I think parents will be helpful to me, because when I talk about finding heart rates in class, trying to help kids find on their body where they're supposed to try to touch is a task, because if there's 30 kids and you're trying to help all 30 of them, and they all want to know right now while their heart rate's up, sometimes it's just about like finding it. So actually not going to get into that yet. 13 minutes in already. We'll talk about it later. Maybe you can already start to explore or ask your parents ahead of time. Maybe you can try to find it. Okay. Road runners.